Today on FSI, we are breaking down the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Now, we've done all the research for you. We've watched the film and done the analytic research as well. I'm your host, Tom Cross, and to my right is our analytics expert, Stephen Fu.
Thanks for tuning in this week. The Patriots are on the road as a 4-point underdog. They're plus 175 on the money line, and the Seahawks are minus 200. We have both teams coming off a Week 1 victory, and both covered the spread as well. The Seattle Seahawks maintained a 2-possession lead for most of the game and never really felt threatened by the Falcons. Miami elected to redshirt their first-round pick, so it was pretty much expected that the Patriots will win their game. I don't see anything wrong with the 4-point spread because both teams came off a decisive win. With the hype of Cam Newton on the Patriots, I do believe that the money line will bring in a lot of money.
The Seahawks come into this game at -4, and I think the public is going to be on the Seahawks because they had 38 points in their last matchup. Now, there is no home crowd, but I do expect the Seahawks number to go up to 5 or 6 by game.
Russell Wilson had a picture-perfect game. He ranked top 5 in every passing category and doing so with a limited number of passes. This week might be a little bit more difficult, but it's not something he hasn't faced before.
The Patriots offense was built for Cam Newton. He's doing what I expected him to do. He's running the ball like he did in 2015, and he's a run-first, pass-second quarterback. Now, that short passing game is very reminiscent of what Brady does. He's hitting the running backs out in the flat, and he's hitting the short slants. Now, there was a fumble out of the back of the end zone by a Patriot wide receiver, so the Pats, they should have had 28 points. Overall, I gave Cam Newton a B+ in his Patriot debut.
Seahawks pass protection is a continuation of what they had last year. That means they're bad, real bad. Anything above a 7% sack rate is already concerning, and the Seahawks are at 8.5%. New England's defensive line is not threatening at all. They only have 1 sack in 30 pass plays, which gives them a sack rate of 3.3%.
The Patriots' offensive line was not very good on Sunday. They allowed 5 pressures or sacks out of 17 dropbacks in situations where you knew Cam was going to have to throw. They're below average, so I gave them a C-. Now, Seattle's defensive line actually surprised me. They blitzed Matt Ryan a lot, and they got pressure. They're very comfortable playing man, so I expect them to put all their defenders at the line of scrimmage, play man on the outside, and really try to get at Cam Newton.
This will be the strongest aspect of Seattle with the exception of the quarterback position. They have a triple threat option with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Greg Olsen. And although Greg Olsen didn't play that well, I think he will continue to improve and have plenty of one-on-one opportunities. The Patriots have a star defensive back with Stephon Gilmore at that position. Their Week 1 performance could be a little inflated since they did play Miami, so this week will be a real test. We'll see if they can contain that explosive offense of the Seattle Seahawks.
New England doesn't have much talent at the wide receiver position, but they are open because of the Newton effect. He's able to basically make defenses put all their guys at the line of scrimmage, and that gives the advantages to the New England wide receivers in some aspects. But they are playing a Seattle secondary that is very talented. They're really good at tackling the short stuff and the screens and the running backs out of the backfield. They did let some big plays go against the Falcons, but overall, I just don't feel like New England has enough talent on the outside to really match up with this Seattle secondary.
In the previous season, rushing was the focal point of the Seattle offense. The rush to pass ratio was just about 1-to-1 in 2019, but now they have more than 30% passes than run. It seems like they're changing the offensive style since they have much better ability to pass. There's not much to look at for the Patriots' run defense. They faced a subpar team in Week 1. Miami doesn't have any intentions of making the playoffs this year.
Cam Newton, he was a monster on Sunday. His ability to run really opens up the running backs and wide receiver screens. They were very good. They actually got an A+ for me. They ran 28 out of 39 effective plays. Now, Seattle's D-line did play very well against the Falcons, but the Falcons, they really can't run the ball. I got to give an advantage to the Patriots here, but this will be a very big test for Seattle to see how good they are against the run.
The Seahawks have a much higher potential on the offensive side. I'm not completely sold on the Patriots yet, not until they play some real competitions. So I do have to go with the Seahawks here. The money line is still in a manageable position at -200.
So in this game, I actually like the Seattle Seahawks. Their offensive line isn't very good, but Wilson is on another level, and the Patriots' defensive line is below average, so he should actually have some time here. Now, while the Pats can run the ball, Seattle is more likely to get a turnover here because Cam Newton still struggles under pressure when they blitz. And I feel like he's going to be under pressure and they're going to blitz a lot in this game. So what I would do is I would buy the point. I would take it down to Seattle -3. That's it for us. Do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe. Tell us who you're going to be taking in the comments below.
We don't care about favorite teams here. Our focus is on making you money. Follow our social media on Twitter, Instagram, or our website. The links are below.